Fouled off, and we're underway here in the 2026 NECBL season.
And Quagliano being aggressive. First pitch swinging from the fastball.
Quagliano, the 5'11 catcher from Fairleigh Dickinson University. Fouls that one back quickly, 0-2. Kopetsky ahead of the count. Kopetsky, a 1-2 record at URI this spring, a 6.49 ERA, 14 strikeouts on 15 appearances in 26 and a third innings. Heading into his senior year this fall, but work to do here in the summer before that. That one is ripped foul. Count stays 0-2.
3 straight swings from Quagliano. Aggressive to start the year. He's been eager this entire week. He's ready to go. Pumps the chest for getting back in the box.
Kopetsky looking for the early K in the first at-bat of this season. The 0-2 pitch popped up on the infield. Brennan Stobley is underneath it, and he makes the grab for out number 1. Center fielder Alex Kelsey digs in.
Kelsey's a guy not to sleep on either. Left-on-left matchup, but he's got an amazing spring under his belt.
Man from Reading, Pennsylvania, attends St. Joseph's University as he takes ball 1. The battery here for Sanford, lots of experience. We talked about the trust that Coach Lops has in his returners. Ryan Colbin, also a third-year Mainer, catching for fellow third-year Sanford Mainer, Josh Kopetsky. So lots of experience in the battery here. Swing and a miss for strike 1, especially early on in the season when guys are filing in, maybe a little bit later because of their college baseball postseasons. It helps to have that steady rock behind the bump and behind the plate.
Especially both squads as well, having experience behind the plate. Returner Boardman starting as well for the Nighthawks.
Catches the outside corner, strike 2. 1-2 the count on Kelsey. 1 out here in the top of the first. Sanford and Upper Valley kicking off the 2026 NECBL baseball season. Kopetsky deals home the 1-2. That one is cracked into left center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. The first hit of the season for Alex Kelsey and for the Upper Valley Nighthawks, and they've got a runner on here in the top of the first.
And this is just a little loft single right off the end of the bat, but deposits it into the opposite field. Alex Kelsey coming off of a really good spring. I mean, he's hitting .348 for St. Joseph's through his career. Hit .373 in 56 games played. So kicking things off right here for the NECBL.
James Love in the 3-hole. Man on first, 1 out here in the top of the first inning as Kopetsky pours in strike 1 on the inside corner. Love out of Eastern Illinois, where he grew up as well in Joliet, Illinois. Kopetsky checks on the runner at first. The 0-1 pitch, runner takes off. That's going to get by Colbin, and it's a stolen base for Alex Kelsey. He's now headed for third. The throw is not in time, and Kelsey goes from one corner to another, so a runner just 90 feet away for Upper Valley on the pass ball.
And Kelsey taking advantage of the really massive backstop here in Sanford at good old ballpark. So Kelsey using his speed, able to advance to third on that.
So pressure early for Josh Kopetsky, and an opportunity for James Love to try to drive in a run. Sanford trying not to beat itself. That one is cracked towards third base. It's fielded by Brian Conley, and he throws over to first for the out. So 2 gone, and the runner stays put at third.
Conley tried to tag out Kelsey, tried to get him napping on that, because at first Kelsey had a little bit of an extended lead coming down the line, but he was able to get back safely. But nice work by Conley to get that ball over to first and get the out. So at least the Mainers were able to actually get an out on that play, and now it comes up with an RBI opportunity with 2 away.
The cleanup hitter Jake Bell stands in. Takes ball 1 in the dirt. Ball 2 inside. Kopetsky went to Thornton Academy where he won the state championship back in 2022. Started that game on the mound, only threw 1 inning. Then former Sanford Mainer Cody Bowker went the rest of the way on the bump. Bowker now pitching in the Philadelphia Phillies farm system. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
Good executed high fastball there to get the swing, get back into the count a little bit.
We'll see that a lot from both of these guys, Kopetsky and Mateo Wells, the Upper Valley starter. Love that high heater. Really rely on that to produce swings and misses. This one is cracked into center field. Zampiron chasing it. He won't get it, and it drops in for a base hit, and that scores a run. Upper Valley takes the lead 1-0 as Alex Kelsey crosses home plate, and an RBI single for Jake Bell.
Another just in on the hands pitch, but Jake Bell able to get enough barrel on it to deposit it into center field. Zampiron tried to do a little bit of a deke, but with 2 outs, it's not going to work out well. Kelsey was running home on the pitch.
So how about Upper Valley coming in opening day on the road and manufacturing a run in the top of the first? Ball 1 outside on the lefty-lefty matchup as Levi Jones, the right fielder, digs in.
Especially on just 2 little bloop singles. They're not hard hit balls in the gap. They're just getting things done, and it's kind of like just getting you started into your summer ball season.
Swing and a miss. Of course, it helped that Sanford had the pass ball to advance Alex Kelsey from first to third. The 1-1, Kopetsky will check on Jake Bell at first. Dives back in safely. Lefty standing back in the box. 1-1 delivery toward home. That's low for ball 2.
Especially Levi Jones is an interesting case for Upper Valley as well. He did not actually play in the spring season this year. He did play last year for Oregon State and transferred.
Fouled off. 2-2 the count. A little bit of shade in right field tonight at Goodall Park, but the rest of the outfield is nice and sunny. Could not have asked for much better weather, as we mentioned in the open. Kopetsky trying to limit the damage here in the top of the first. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. And the count runs full.
Just able to hold up on the swing there. It was close.
The payoff pitch and a big one early. Kopetsky deals. That one is blooped into foul ground. Chasing is Brian Conley. He won't get to it, so we'll do it again. Man on first, 2 outs, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Levi Jones. The pitch. Right down the pipe for strike 3.
Right side behind the plate, the returning Cam Boardman, and on the mound, big, tall, 6'7" Mateo Wells coming back for his second year in the Upper Valley.
You mentioned the height. He is a towering figure. The pitcher from High Point University, stands in, trying to lead the Nighthawks to an opening night win. Nick Zampiron stands in, outfielder out of Stony Brook University. Just finished his sophomore season. And Sanford trying to respond after giving up an early run in the top half of the first. Wells deals. That one is cracked into center field. Charging on it is Kelsey, and he makes the grab for out number one.
Something to point out, too, is how aggressive the lineups have been to start things off. You have Quagliano did not even take a single pitch to lead off the game for Upper Valley, and then Zempirion, first pitch he sees, tries to get things started for the Mainers.
Brennan Stobley stands in. Righty on righty matchup. That one is cracked a check swing, got a piece of it, and hits a foul. Stobley out of Plainville, Connecticut, spent 1 year at Franklin Pierce before transferring to Southern Connecticut University, where he hit .429 at Franklin Pierce. His first season with 11 home runs.
What a way to add to a 2025 season. Let me just double my batting average going into 2026.
That ball is high. 1-1 the count. Wells relies on the fastball, typically in the low 90s. Cracked into left field, and that's the first hit of the season for the Mainers, courtesy of Brennan Stobley, who rounds first. A nice piece of hitting for the first baseman.
And he didn't get all of it. He just got enough of it to deposit that into left field, and now the Mainers have somebody on with one away, hopefully able to bring him around and tie this ball game up. Old slugfest on opening day.
So each team's second batter in the order gets a single. And now it's the University of Maine product, Albert De La Rosa, as Wells checks in on Stobley. Ball inside. De La Rosa, a shifty shortstop out of Ayer, Massachusetts. Went to Cypress College for 2 years before joining the UMaine Black Bears. Missed all of 2025 due to injury, but then came back and hit .292 this spring at Maine with 5 homers and 25 RBIs. As that ball runs inside.
Matched a career high at Maine and Cypress College as well with 5 homers.
Swing and a miss for a strike. UMaine went 25-31 this past season, 14-10 in America East play. The 2-1 pitch, runner takes off. De La Rosa cranks this one foul down the left field line. Into the trees. That was a tank and would have been a home run if he had straightened that one out. Showing off the power, pulling that one to the left side.
Letting it fly on that pitch. He gave everything he had on it, just a tad early on it. Looked like it was going to come back just a little bit, but almost got this game going in a big way.
Count even at 2-2. Man on first and 1 out in the bottom of the first. That one just misses on the outside part of the plate.
Good breaking ball from Wells as well. He's not going to be afraid to use that pitch. Loves to use it in any count.
The payoff pitch. Cranked foul once again. We've seen De La Rosa pull the ball a couple of times, now trying to straighten it out for a base hit.
Maybe he's going to try to aim for one of the campers beyond the left field fence here at Good Old Park as well, if it's an opportunity.
Stobley on first base. The 3-2 to De La Rosa, and that's in the dirt for ball 4. So Sanford with a man in scoring position and 2 runners on here in the bottom of the top frame.
That's a good at-bat from De La Rosa as well. I mean, had the long foul ball that was just foul here at good old ballpark, but able to take some really good breaking balls off the edge of the plate, work his count, did not give in to Wells, and Wells ended up bouncing that payoff pitch into the dirt, and De La Rosa found his way on first. That's a really good at-bat.
2 men on and 1 out for Troy Carpenter in the cleanup spot on opening day. He'll take ball 1. Carpenter, just like De La Rosa, out of the University of Maine. Although only a freshman this past season. So plenty of eligibility left for Carpenter. Some early trouble for Wells, behind 2-0 in the count and 2 men on. And that one is going to hit him. And that's going to load the bases as he emphatically flips the bat after that one, trots down to first. He'll rub some dirt on it, and the Sanford Mainers have the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first inning.
This is a big-time moment here. Just a fastball gets away from Wells. Hits Carpenter right in the back, and I think Carpenter just threw the bat more because of the fact that he got hit with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. But, hey, regardless, bases loaded, found a way on base for the Mainers, and let's see what Walker can do here with the bases loaded for his first at-bat of the season.
What an opportunity here in your first at-bat of the season. Bases loaded, only 1 out. Wells yearning for a double play ball here to get out of a jam in the bottom of the first. Upper Valley up 1-0, but Sanford looking to respond. First pitch to Wachter, swing and a miss. Pulls the trigger on the first pitch, taking a hack at it.
Taya Wells dropping in a breaking ball first pitch. Walker really was selling out for the dead red fastball.
We don't see that often, as Wells is a guy who likes to throw first pitch fastball, but not that time. Count even at 1-1. Stobley on third, De La Rosa on second, and Carpenter on first for the Sanford Mainers in the bottom of the first inning. Wells working out of the stretch and generates another swing and miss. Wachter, the Yukon Husky, heading into his senior year this fall. The 1-2. Check swing, that's in the dirt for ball 2. And it looks like they're going to call him out. They say he went around on the check swing, so a much-needed K for Mateo Wells.
And that's a good breaking ball as well. Boardman and Wells sticking with the breaking ball plan. Got a couple of free swings there. Might as well throw it on 2 strikes, and they got Wachter right there where they wanted him.
Brooks Perez, the left-hander, stands in. Sophomore from Duke University out of Bourne, Texas. Takes a strike. Rocking the matching cleats and batting gloves with the vibrant neon green.
Sticking with the green theme as well, with the wood bat as well.
The 0-1 catches the inside corner for strike 2.
It's a beautiful fade-in changeup as well. Started it right at the front hip, got it right over the inside corner. Good 0-1 pitch to get that strike 2 for Wells.
Wells 1 strike away from getting out of a bases-loaded jam. And he does. Swing and a miss for strike 3. A gutsy effort from the High Point product. Sanford leaves the bases loaded. And a gutsy effort by Mateo Wells to get out of a bases-loaded 1-out jam there in the bottom of the first.
And a big thing to point out, too, from Mateo Wells was the fact that he did that 2 strikeouts to end that inning. And he really got into the arsenal and was able to work his way through those at-bats, getting out of that big jam, because that's something that's going to be big as we get going in this game. Because if you give up 2-3 runs, that's going to be hard for your offense to try to stumble this thing together, especially build that chemistry here on opening day when most of these guys just kind of started getting to know each other a little bit.
Second inning of work for the lanky lefty, Josh Kopetsky. And a wave and a miss from Tim Dickinson, the shortstop, for strike one. Quickly an 0-2 count. Fouled out of play. Kopetsky's Maynard season last year was highlighted by a complete game shutout on July 25th and a 2-0 win over Vermont at home. One of just a few complete game shutouts in the league all of last season, and it led to him being named the NECBL Pitcher of the Week. So a productive year last year, and looking to add to that this season as one of the leaders of the team, back for his third campaign.
Absolutely, and especially with over 50 innings under your belt, especially as a pitcher here in the NECBL, it's got to mean a lot.
Fouled out of play. Tim Dickinson, the left-handed shortstop. Another product of St. Joe's University, hails from Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. The 1-2 from Kopetsky. Grounded to second. Herring gobbles it up, fires to first for out number one. Cameron Boardman stepping in for Upper Valley. Another returner for this team.
Product of Division III Hartford.
And he cranks one into center field. A high pop-up. Zampirion is underneath it, and he makes the grab for out number two. It's the interesting thing about this league, though, is you have such a variety of levels. You'll have guys playing at top-end Division I schools such as Duke, and then you'll have guys playing at Division III schools. But typically those D2 and D3 guys are the cream of the crop in those levels. That's what makes this league so special. And a lot of the times you have to figure those D2 and 3 guys have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder trying to come in and prove themselves against D1 talent.
Especially able to come up with a big swing or a big strikeout against that one guy, and you see what logo is on his chest when it comes to spring ball. But no matter what, everybody's wearing that NECBL logo when they come here for the summer, and it just means so much more to see all these guys compete at high levels.
In there for strike two on Cole Hewitt, the left fielder for Upper Valley. Kopetsky trying to make quick work of the side in this inning. One strike away from a 1-2-3 frame after giving up a run in the top of the first. The lefty comes set and deals towards home. That one's outside. The 1-2. Ripped into right center field. On his horse is Perez. That's going to get over his head. Chugging into second base is Hewitt, now looking for 3. The cutoff is not going to be in time, and Cole Hewitt slides into third with a triple.
A great piece of hitting by Cole Hewitt, the freshman out of Bellarmine College. Hit 280 in his first season. He started in 45 of the 51 games he played, and the first at bat here in the NECBL cranks a triple into the alleyway in right field.
An electric start to his season. Legging out a triple, just sailed that over the head of Brooks Perez, who was playing in right. And now the number 9 hitter is Anthony Greco, playing first base today for Upper Valley. Nighthawks looking for a 2-0 hit here to generate another run. Greco, a returning Nighthawk out of William and Mary. That one is ripped, but it's going to drift foul. Greco started 27 games, primarily at first base for William and Mary, which is where he's starting tonight for Upper Valley. Hit .255 with 19 runs, 5 doubles, and 5 homers. Drove in 15 runs, and now trying to drive in his first run of the season for Upper Valley. Hewitt just 90 feet away with a lead off of third base. Kopetsky deals, and that's low for a ball.
Greco's a crafty guy to have as your 9-hole hitter, especially with the lefty. So far, 2 left-handed hits in this game for the Nighthawks, so they're proving that doesn't matter if it's a left-on-left matchup, they're going to try to get it done.
Kopetsky kicks and deals, and that runs inside. Would definitely be a frustrating inning for the Mainers if, after 2 quick outs, that triple legged out by Hewitt leads to a run. The 3-1 pitch. Inside for a ball, and there's runners at the corners, so trouble brewing for Sanford with 2 outs. Men on first and third, and it's back to the top of the order and Nick Quagliato. Quagliato popped out to first base his last time up. See if Greco takes off here. Stays put for the moment, and Kopetsky delivers the first pitch low for ball 1.
This is an interesting situation. I mean, first and third, the first pitch that Quagliato takes this evening here in the second inning, RBI opportunity.
That one is ripped up the middle, and it's off the glove of De La Rosa. Tries to get it to second. It's not in time, and the run scores. 2-0 Upper Valley, and now men on first and second for the Nighthawks. Good job by Upper Valley manufacturing a run with 2 down.
And this is just a slow ground ball, but De La Rosa was not able to get enough glove on it to try to flip it on to second just to get the force out and get out of the inning. Unable to get an out on the play and at all, bobbled it, and now the run scores, and 2-0 Upper Valley lead in just as many innings.
So 2 out troubles for Sanford. Kopetsky, however, trying to slam the door here. Ground ball towards first. A nice pick over there by Stobley, and he trots over to the bag. 4 out nubs, including Citi Field, home of the New York Mets, and Truist Park, home of the Atlanta Braves, as well as collegiate facilities throughout the country, including Florida, North Carolina, Clemson, Texas, and many more. From design to fabrication to installation, Stadionic is making sports facilities iconic. Bottom of the second here from historic Goodall Park. Sanford trails Upper Valley 2-0 after the Nighthawks generated a run with 2 down thanks to the triple by Cole Hewitt. And now Sanford trying to respond. Ryan Colbin, the catcher, stands in to face Mateo Wells for a second inning of work. The high heater is upstairs for ball 1. Colbin back with the team for his 3rd straight season after being named a 2025 NECBL All-Star. He was the 2022 Mr. Maine Baseball at Greeley High School. So a local legend playing some more summer ball here in southern Maine.
Especially coming off of his career high at UMass in home runs this year.
Swung for the fences there, but whiffed at it. It's 1-2.
You got to be excited if you're a Mainers fan with another returner coming in this lineup and having one of his best seasons at the collegiate level in highs and average, home runs, RBIs. Did a great job for UMass this spring.
The 1-2 from Wells, swing and a miss for strike 3. Big cut and a miss from the Sanford catcher. And that fastball is so dangerous off the right arm of Mateo Wells.
3 straight strikeouts for the tall, lengthy righty. Using that fastball, get up into the 90s and pairing it with a breaking ball. But again, another at bat where he starts another hitter off with the breaking stuff. Has to be going against the game plan for what the Mainers thought so far here in the early going.
Another local product getting the start for Sanford tonight. This is Brian Conley out of Brunswick, Maine. He'll pop this one up out of play. And just like Josh Kopetsky, he is a Rhode Island Ram. His father, Brian, is the head coach and the all-time wins leader at Division III Bowdoin College up in Brunswick and a Maine Baseball Hall of Famer. Brian Sr. has over 450 career victories with the Polar Bears. Pitch on the way, and that's just high. Glad you could join us here for opening day in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. Sanford taking on Upper Valley here on ESPN+. That one runs inside, 2-1. Wells comes set and puts that one just outside the zone. Wells from Zionsville, Indiana. Second team All-NECBL relief pitcher last year. Totaled 4 saves, throwing 17 innings, allowing 10 hits and 5 walks. So a fixture out of the bullpen, now in a starting role for the Nighthawks this year, as that one is popped up into foul ground, moving over is Greco, and he snags it for out number 2.
And Mateo Wells is fully embracing the starter role for Upper Valley after coming off of another year at High Point where he came out of the bullpen, but now he knows as a returner, going to step up this year for the Upper Valley, and also going into his junior season at High Point, you know, the experience there, and most guys when they graduate out of there and some of the younger guys step up, they're more than likely going to embrace that starting role. So a good way for Mateo to get some reps going into the next spring season for High Point.
Here's a lefty, Jake Herring, in the 9-hole, and that's really what summer ball is about. It's about trying new things and getting reps in spots where you might not be comfortable typically in them. Wells typically a reliever, now getting the start. Deals towards Herring. That one is chopped towards second, collected by Bell. Tosses to first for out number 3. And much time at the plate. Kopetsky has retired the leadoff hitter in both of the first 2 innings, but it's been a bit of trouble after that. Last inning, Sanford had 2 outs, nobody on, and then allowed Upper Valley to generate a run after a triple by Cole Hewitt. 2-0 the count. That one is ripped into center field. Chasing is Zampirion. It's over his head. Love digging for second. Zampirion tracks it down at the warning track. Love is headed for third. The throw is not going to be in time, and it's a second triple already tonight for Upper Valley off the bat of James Love.
And Zampirion had a hard time getting to that ball. He shaded Love into the right center gap, and he was not able to get it and not able to cut it off, and had trouble fielding it up against the wall and allowing the Upper Valley Nighthawks to start off the top of the third with a runner already 90 feet away from scoring.
Jake Bell singled his first time up. Been a flying start offensively for Upper Valley. Coached by Chase Allen, who's currently an assistant at Dayton University and a former player at both Michigan and Charlotte. Played his graduate season with the 49ers. That's low for ball 2. And Ryan Colbin to trot out to have a word with his pitcher, Josh Kopetsky. Two third-year Mainers having a chat on the mound, trying to settle down the lefty.
And especially the relationship between those two, both of them being here for multiple years. They know how each other operate, keep in touch throughout the year. So being able to have that connection and trying to find a way to get back into this game, try to keep the Mainers in this ball game as long as they can.
That one's high for ball 3. Upper Valley threatening once again. Have to figure the red light might be on here for Jake Bell with 3 balls and no strikes. And that's right down the pipe for strike 1. James Love 90 feet away. Kopetsky deals, and that's outside for ball 4, and it's runners at the corners with nobody out here in the top of the 3rd for Upper Valley. Kopetsky has felt the heat so far, trying to regroup and not allow this lead to expand. And with that, pitching coach Colton Lawrence will walk out to the mound to have a word with Kopetsky as well as Colbin. Levi Jones will be the next hitter for Upper Valley. Kopetsky's first strikeout victim. Got him looking back in the first inning. NECBL beginning its 32nd season of play. Its first season was back in 1994. And it's recognized as one of the premier destinations for summer collegiate baseball. Every state in New England represented. Levi Jones stands in, a wave and a miss at a pitch a little outside the zone, so a good start for Kopetsky. Trying not to let things unravel here in the season opener.
And that's a great first pitch breaking ball, just establishing I'm not giving in to you. I'm going to try to get you out any way I can.
That one is ripped towards second. Herring has it, shifts over, and tosses to first for the out, but the run scores. So an RBI ground out for Levi Jones as James Love crosses home plate, and it's 3-0 Upper Valley.
And that's a productive from Levi Jones, able to just get the hit. It wasn't hit very hard, so Herring had to step over for a softly hit ground ball, and the only play he had was to first. So Bell moving up to second on the play is big as well for Upper Valley.
Tim Dickerson stands in the lefty-on-lefty matchup. We'll see if Kopetsky can take advantage of that. The first pitch is outside. Kopetsky, the incoming senior at Rhode Island, as that one is cranked into right field. Giving chases Perez back at the wall. It's off the wall. Chugging into second is Dickinson, and scoring is Bell. Another extra base hit for Upper Valley, just hitting the cover off of the ball here in the season opener. It's 4-0.
And Dickinson able just to wait on this pitch and almost got it out of here. Just needed about another foot in the air to get it over the right field wall here at good old ballpark. But a great piece of hitting from Dickinson, and Bell able just to trot home easily, giving Upper Valley a 4-0 lead here in the top half of the 3rd inning.
So now Cameron Boardman stands in, trying to grow the lead even more. Upper Valley's had a run in each inning so far. Kopetsky pours in strike 1. Boardman made 27 starts in his senior year at Hartford, hit .267 with a .395 on base percentage. Kopetsky takes a glance back at the runner on second, and that one is outside for ball 1. Boardman, a grad transfer, looking for a new home. He's got 1 year of eligibility left, so it remains to be seen where he'll end up for this upcoming spring baseball season. That one's inside, 2-1.
Of course, being a .292 career hitter at Hartford, has a .275 batting average from last season being a part of the Nighthawks. So looking for that new home, it's got to give him a little bit more of an argument heading into the portal.
Ripped into center. Zampiron giving chase, backpedaling, makes the catch. Tagging up is Dickinson. He'll trot into third. And that's the second out of the inning, but now a runner 90 feet away for Upper Valley, another productive out.
And Boardman did a great job taking that pitch and lining it into center field, but not going to get over the head, but it is a productive out. Upper Valley doing a great job in their opportunities, and let's see what they can do with 2 outs. Another runner in scoring position. It's 90 feet away at third, Dickinson.
Cole Hewitt, the left fielder, tripled his first time at the plate and eventually scored. That one pops out of the mid of Colbin. Runner stays put at third. Outside, Kopetsky was a part of a memorable postseason run for Rhode Island this past spring as the 5-seeded Rams made it all the way to the A-10 title game, a little bit of an unlikely run, and then lost in a decisive Game 3 of that title game to 3-seed VCU. Would have been back-to-back A-10 titles for Rhode Island, but fell just short after a very memorable run in the conference tournament. Two balls, one strike on Cole Hewitt. 1 for 1 on the day already. And cracks that one foul. Interesting adjustment these guys have to make after you go from playing in the postseason where the games matter the most, and then just a week later it's opening day again and it's the start of a new year.
Especially when all these guys are competitors. They're able to flip that switch any way they can.
Guys are all in playoff mode already. That's what you have to love about this league is they're already used to playing high-intensity baseball. And so you have to hope if you're the managers of both of these teams that they're going to carry that over into their summer seasons.
Especially you don't have to worry about like, oh, it's early on. Like these guys are in peak form. They're ready to go as soon as they get here.
Fouled out of play. 2 outs, full count on Cole Hewitt. The man on third base is Tim Dickinson. Upper Valley with a comfortable 4-0 lead over Sanford. It's been a steady dose of offense for the Nighthawks tonight. Kopetsky deals. Fouled off, we'll do the 3-2 again.
Good battle from Hewitt here. Able to foul off some tough pitches. Took some great pitches as well. Get into a full count, and especially after cracking that triple his last time up, this is going to feel good for him. Especially Kopetsky trying to get out of this inning.
They're making Kopetsky throw some pitches. Lots of quality at bats from this Upper Valley squad. The 3-2. Popped up in foul ground, giving chase is Colbin. And Colbin calls off the first baseman to make the out, but they've looked really sharp early on.
Absolutely, taking some great pitches, long at bats, and turning those into runs. I mean, in the first 3 innings of a ball game, you already have 4 runs on the board. It has to feel good, and it has to feel really good for the man on the mound right now, Mateo Wells, in his first start in the NECBL. He's pitching, and he's looked great so far this evening.
Back to the top of the Sanford order. Nick Zampiron stands in. Lifts this one into foul ground. Giving chase is the first baseman Greco, and it's just over the fence and into the grandstand over on the first base side. Zampiron popped out to center field his first time at the plate. The delivery from Wells. That's low and outside for a ball. 2-1 the count. Mateo Wells posted a 2-2 record with 1 save at High Point this past spring. Team that went 17-7 in Big South play. That was good for a regular season title in that conference as he pours in strike 2. Regular season title, however, the Panthers were unable to capture the tournament title that went to USC Upstate. Chopped foul back towards us. His last time pitching was in a game in that conference tournament against Charleston Southern, where he tied a season high in strikeouts with 6, allowing 3 runs in 5 innings out of the pen. As we've mentioned earlier, typically a reliever, but thrust into a starting role on opening night here for Upper Valley. And he deals towards Zampirion and generates a swing and miss for strike 3, and another K for Wells.
Wells' 4th strikeout this evening and doing a great job of mixing in that breaking ball, especially on 2 strikes. Looking amazing. Maynard's hitters out in front of it and putting them down any way that he can.
Brennan Stobley singled his first time up. Takes ball 1 in the dirt. Has to be a luxury as a pitcher to have the frame that Mateo Wells does. 6'7", 225. As he hits the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Maynard's trying to chip into this deficit. I know it'll be hard to do it in 1 inning, but trying to take things piece by piece and put 1 run on the board. This one likely won't help as that's a pop-up towards second base. Bell is underneath it and makes the grab for out number 2. Retiring Stobley, 1 for 2 on the day. Albert De La Rosa walked his first time at the plate and was stranded on second when the Mainers stranded the bases loaded back in the bottom of the first. You have to figure if Upper Valley holds on and wins this game, that's going to be the part that Sanford looks back on. Bases loaded, 1 out, back in the bottom of the first inning, could not drive in any runs as Wells was able to get out of that jam. A really gritty performance early on in this game.
Especially ending the inning with back-to-back strikeouts. That had to be big with the momentum shift for the Upper Valley Nighthawks after that inning.
The 1-0 to De La Rosa, breaking ball is in for a strike. Two gone here in the bottom of the third. De La Rosa lifts one into shallow center field. Kelsey is underneath it and makes the grab for out number 3. Sanford
out of San Mateo, California, out of Richmond University Division I program. In 2026, did struggle a little bit on the mound with a 9.35 ERA and 8.2 innings pitched. Opponents hit 281 against him, but looking to try to get the Upper Valley Nighthawks down and trying to break the scoring streak for the Nighthawks here in the top half of the 4th inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Nighthawks. Anthony Greco, Nick Quagliato, and Alex Kelsey to follow.
CJ, obviously a little bit of a forgettable performance for Josh Kopetsky, one that he would like to have back, allowing 4 earned runs across 3 innings. Just struggled with the command a little bit, but something you want to just flush down the drain, and you've got a long summer ahead of you, so trying not to get discouraged.
Especially to the Nighthawks, you have to give them credit for the long battles they put on and able to just wear him down and able to get him out of the ball game just after 3 innings. But to your point, Cole, something you want to forget, but able to flush it, move on. It is a long NECBL season.
Really disciplined approach all night long from the Nighthawks, as you mentioned.
Ricco pops this one left side, foul ground, and it'll get out of play, and the count moved to 1-1. Samuel Young had his longest outing for Richmond was 2 innings in relief, did not start a game. Most strikeouts he had as well. 2 strikeouts, 7 times. He did that during the season. The 1-1 pitch is inside for a ball, 2-1.
Obviously a good chance to make a good first impression on the coaching staff if you're Sam Young. An opportunity to steady the ship after a rather shaky performance over the first 3 innings.
2-1 pitch is hit high in the air into center field. Zampirion says he has it. He settles underneath it, makes the catch for out number 1.
Now for the Nighthawks, designated hitter and number 21.
And I'll bring up Quagliato. Nick Quagliato, the product of Neptune, New Jersey. As Cole mentioned earlier, goes to FDU, and he is nicknamed Sarge with the Upper Valley Nighthawks. And the reason how he got that name, he did not get that when he was on the Upper Valley Nighthawks. He got that nickname his freshman year. And the reason why he gets that nickname, or the reason why he got that nickname, is because of the fact he is one of the loudest catchers you will ever hear in your life. But his teammates love him because he is giving directions, and everybody knows, and he's like a sergeant right behind the plate.
That's what you want your catcher to be like, though. That has to be the most vocal position on the field. Kind of the quarterback of the defense in baseball, if you will.
1-0 pitch is inside. Count moves quickly to 2-0. And, yeah, as you mentioned, you want your catcher to be loud because if there's a cut to home, you got to make sure you hear where you're going. You need to cut it to 2, try to get that runner going to second. But, no, Sarge does a great job. In the catbird seat here, grounds the 2-0 over to short. Nice play by De La Rosa. Spins and fires over to first in time for out number 2.
How about the poise by De La Rosa? Looked like he kind of snow-coned that one in the glove on a really, really hard-hit ball there by Upper Valley, and a great play to spin and make the out at first.
And a nice bounce back as well from De La Rosa. Made the error earlier on in the ball game and instantly gets a sharply hit ball and makes a nice spinning throw over to first to get the out. And steps Alex Kelsey. The first pitch he takes right down Main Street for a strike, 0-1. Kelsey so far 1 for 2 in the ball game. Did come around to score back in the first inning on the RBI single from Jake Bell. Get things started for the Upper Valley Nighthawks here in 2026. Young sets up the belt, kicks and fires. Pitches outside. Count moves to 1-1. In high school, Young led the league with 79 strikeouts. Has to feel good, especially going into the collegiate level. Also put together a ERA under 1, .74 ERA, and threw a no-hitter back in 2023. He's ahead of Kelsey here. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top half of the 4th inning. 1-2's downstairs for a ball, and we're even up at 2.
Kelsey's the player that really got things started with a single. Just the second batter of the game came around to score and kind of kicked off what's really been a dominant offensive showing for Upper Valley.
The 2-2 home. Swinging a chopper over to third. Backhand play by Connolly. Steps and tries to fire one over to first. Not in time. Kelsey using his speed, able to beat it out for an infield single.
Yeah, nothing you can really do there if you're Conley. A really perfectly placed ground ball that had the third baseman drift into left field and had to throw it off of his back foot across the diamond. That's a lot to ask of a third baseman.
And it's almost like that ball hit some sort of a divot in third. Just as soon as it got to him, it stopped, and he had to wait on it. And yeah, tough play to try to get Kelsey out as he's coming down the line using his speed.
Just the kind of night it's been. Upper Valley is just making contact, and good things are happening.
Absolutely. First pitch to Love is outside for a ball, 1-0. James Love so far in this game, 1 for 3 with a triple. Started things off with a bang back in the 3rd inning, able to come around and score. one of the Upper Valley Nighthawks, 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Young checks on Kelsey at first, not in time. The 1-0 pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-0. Sun no longer a factor in the outfield as we begin action here in the top half of the 4th inning. Lights are on here in Sanford, Maine. Beautiful night for opening night here in 2026. The 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0, and Love is in the catbird seat. Have to imagine getting the red light here on 3-0 regardless of the score. Nonetheless, already 1 for 2 with a triple. You never know what the Upper Valley Nighthawks might have up their sleeve. The 3-0. Inside corner for a strike. Good fastball from Young. Count moves to 3-1. Love a .310 hitter at Eastern Illinois. The 3-1 pitch. Outside corner for a strike. Count is run full.
Would have battled back here if you're Young, hitting your spots. Now, whatever the go-to pitch is, this is where you use it.
Kelsey will get a head start at first. The payoff from Young. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A big strikeout of James Love from Young to get out of the jam here in the top half of the 4th inning. And for the first time this evening, Upper Valley does not score. For the Mainers will be under Walker and Perez. Carpenter hit by the pitch his first time up against Wells. First pitch. Downstairs for a ball from Wells, 1-0.
I know Noah detailed it earlier, but that All-Star game is really going to be the crowning moment of this season for this organization. And fitting that it comes in the 25th year anniversary, that all the league stars are going to gather here for both the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game. Should be a really, really fun day of baseball.
Pitch is popped high in the air. Right side, foul ground, and Greco makes a nice sliding catch for out number 1.
Almost Willie Mays style over there, and foul territory out in right field. Great concentration. The over-the-shoulder grab as he's sliding to the grass. Really, really well done by Greco.
Almost felt like we had to launch ourselves out of the press box to be able to see that. But Greco, ran all the way to the Upper Valley bullpen
how
to
about
make that catch.
Covering some ground.
Wow. Impressive stuff from Anthony Greco. What a job to make that catch. First out of the inning, helping Mateo Wells out, who so far has been pitching amazing here this evening. First pitch to Walker is right there for strike 1. Walker 0 for 1 in this ball game with a swinging strikeout back in the first inning. The pitch inside for a ball, 1-1. Fastball heavy to start things off against Walker. Which the last time up was nothing but breaking balls, and he got the swing and miss. The 1-1 home. Swinging a high pop-up right side. Greco giving chase, and it will get out of play and be a souvenir.
Well, Greco being in the middle of some more action over there. And Wachter with a great season at UConn. Second team All-Big East this past season. Talk about the variety of levels that these guys come from here in the NECBL. He's one of the higher-end guys going to a Big East school in UConn.
You have a Division I UConn standing at the plate, and you have Division III Hartford right behind him, and Cam Boardman. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is the second strikeout for Walker here in the ball game. Great pitch from Mateo Wells.
Yeah, great job just getting Wachter to chase. And Wells is really in a rhythm now. It's his 5th strikeout of the evening.
Especially so. And something cool about Mateo Wells, he is a Houston Astros fan, but but it's for a specific reason. Jose Altuve donates baseball gear to children all over Venezuela to help kids become more involved in baseball and give them a chance to actually grow up playing an amazing sport in the game that we all love. And Wells does the same thing, but for children in Colombia. He has spent the last 3 seasons collecting gear in his local hometown, shipping it out to Colombia, and was able to actually visit some of the kids there and able to actually meet them and see all the lives that he's impacted. So Teo Wells doing good for all across the globe for baseball, trying to grow the game as much as we're able to. As Wells quickly is ahead 0-2 over Brooks Perez, who was a strikeout victim last time up. The 0-2 pitch outside for a ball, 1-2. Wells with already 5 strikeouts here tonight, on the verge of number 6. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike. An RBI ground out back in the 3rd inning. The 1-1 pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. Levi attended Jesuit High School. 6'1", 192 pounds. The 2-1 pitch, wave and a miss for strike 2. Young already with 1 strikeout in the inning. Trying to make Jones his next victim. Breaking ball just outside.
He began to walk off the mound. He wanted that one. Didn't quite get it, though.
He did. He executed his pitch. It was a beautiful pitch. Did not get the call in this exchange. Jones will see another pitch. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Young gets his man via the K for the 2nd out here in the top half of the 5th inning.
Just straight heat right down the middle and a wave and a miss there. Good start here through what's now 1 2/3 innings for Sam Young. Picks up his 3rd K. One of 2 Californians on the team, so making the cross-country trek to pitch here in the state of Maine for the summer. Of course, attends Richmond, so on the East Coast for most of the year in Virginia.
In steps Tim Dickinson. Clubbed a double and an RBI his last time up back in the third inning. And Dickinson is an interesting guy to dive into. He had his worst year at St. Joseph's average-wise, but did have 4 home runs, 37 RBIs, a .395 slugging. So the numbers were a little down compared to his seasons past, but strikeouts weren't much of a difference there. Just had some bad luck, and that happens to each player once in a while. Swings and fouls one right off the roof here at good old ballpark. But able to come to the NECBL in the Upper Valley to gain that confidence back. The 2-1 pitch is lined right over to Conley at third, and that'll do it here in the top half of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits.
Really perfect that you get the weather that you do on a night like this.
Absolutely. And you'll take any good weather night that you can. I mean, there's no wind. It is just a beautiful night for baseball. Mateo Wells, 4 in a row via the K. The 1-2 pitch upstairs, just missed with the high fastball, and we're evened up at 2-2. Wells looking to strike out the side here. The 2-2 home. Just missed. Good breaking ball from Wells, and we're have a full count pitch coming up.
Heard a yell come from the Upper Valley dugout, celebrating that prematurely. I think a lot of people in blue jerseys thought that one was going to go their way.
A great breaking ball from Wells, not afraid to throw it. The payoff pitch. Downstairs, ball 4. Breaks up the strikeout streak for Wells, and the first base runner for the Mainers since the first inning. That'll flip the top of the order. Zempirion. So far 0 for 2 in this game with a strikeout and a flyout to center back in the first inning.
Good patient at bat there from Herring. Just knowing where the home plate umpire's strike zone has been tonight and adjusting accordingly and drawing a walk.
Took some great pitches.
Absolutely.
Nothing to be ashamed of there from Mateo Wells as well. The 1-0 pitch. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. If you're Wells, you got to try to find a way back into the strike zone. You don't want to give up anything else. Keep that good mojo going.
If you're Zempirion, you're just staring at that gap in left center right now, trying for the extra base hit to maybe score the run all the way from first.
2-0 pitch, liner into left field for a base hit. Station to station go the Mainers, and they have something cooking here with 2 away here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Their second hit of the ball game. Back-to-back base runners, putting the pressure on Mateo Wells. He hasn't felt this since back in the first inning, but Mateo was able to prove that he could get out of it. And out comes manager Chase Allen. See if he makes a move to the bullpen at all. There is action down in the Upper Valley bullpen. No matter what, if he does get the ball from him, which shakes the hand, goes to the bullpen, and Mateo Wells' night is done. A big round of applause for Mateo Wells. A great effort this evening. We'll give you more information on the new pitcher in a moment for Upper Valley.
The new arm here.
Absolutely, and now swinging against Staubly. 1 for 2 in this ball game. RBI opportunity for the right-hander. First pitch from Relam. Swinging a ground ball over to third, picked up nicely by Love. He'll step and fire over to Greco at first in time for out number 3. Relam only needs 1 pitch as he steps in, facing an 0 for 2 evening. Both flyouts to center field.
Yeah, one of the older guys in this league as he's heading into his graduate season. Already completed 4 years of collegiate baseball.
First pitch to Boardman's downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Boardman, you're just here to kind of just either, pad to your stats, but also have fun. He enjoyed his summer last year, being able to talk to him a little bit. Able to come back and have some fun one more time here in the Upper Valley. Couldn't hold back his swing. Went around. Strike one. Left on right matchup to begin action here in the top half of the 6th inning. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Boardman giving a little nod to Young right there, saying, okay, I know what pitch you're throwing now. So a sign of respect, a tip of the cap there for a good pitch, getting Boardman out in front there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Young kicks and delivers. Ball outside, 2-2. Young's been able to shut down Upper Valley so far. With a single back in the 4th, but that's been the only Upper Valley base runner to this point. Little dribbler back to the mound. Young will flip on to first in time for out number 1.
Good job running that one just inside. Jams the hitter a little bit, and a weak ground ball back to the mound for out number 1.
Left fielder, number 37, Cole Hewitt.
That ground out will bring up Cole Hewitt. So far in this game, he's 1 for 2 with a triple. Came around to score back in the 2nd inning. Started that 2-out rally. Followed by a Greco walk and then an RBI ground or an RBI error. Young slips on the delivery. Be downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Looked like they just slipped on the landing. Nothing wrong with Young, it appears. No one coming out to greet him either. He's okay.
Yeah, immediately gave a nod towards his catcher, signaling it was just a slip. Nothing more than that.
Hewitt ahead 1-0. Young trying to get back into the count. The 1-0 pitch. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. Stands 6 foot even. 195 pounds. The 2-0 pitch. Wave and a miss. Strike one. Going into his sophomore season from Corydon, Indiana. Mostly will play center field, but today got the start in left. Had a great freshman season. 4 homers, 26 RBIs, slugged just over 400. Then the catbird seat on this exchange, a 3-1 count. Already has a triple in this game. Has to be his pitch, and he's going to let it fly. The 3-1 home. Downstairs for a ball, and the Upper Valley Nighthawks have a base runner here with 1 away here in the top half of the 6th inning.
So Hewitt's been on 2 of his first 3 times at the plate. Had that electric triple his last time up, and now draws a walk.
And in steps somebody for the Upper Valley Nighthawks lineup who can be a crafty guy, Anthony Greco. So far in this game, 0 for 1 with a walk. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it out of play. 4-0 our score as we begin action here in the top half of the 6th inning. 4 runs on 7 hits for the Nighthawks. No runs, 2 hits for the Sanford Mainers. Right here on opening night, here on ESPN+. Snap pick back to first. They got him. Hewitt was leaning on the pitch, and it cost him. Young able to pick him off, and that's an excellent way to erase that base runner right there after the walk.
Looked like he was taken off to the second that Young stepped off the rubber. There was a little step towards second base. And immediately as that happened, you had to figure the runner at first was likely toast, and he was.
Too much of a step. Sometimes you get guys with a little bit of a half step, but that one was just way too much off the bag, and Hewitt not able to get back in time. Picked off by Young. Now that changes things here for Anthony Greco. Finds himself in a quick 0-2 hole with now nobody on base and 2 away in the top of the 6th. The 0-2 pitch. Downstairs for a ball, 1-2.
Yeah, good lead there for Young. No urgency here now with the bases empty and 2 outs.
Greco just finding any way he can to extend the inning. There is action in the Mainers bullpen. A left-hander getting loose. The 1-2 pitch. Upstairs for a ball, 2-2.
That's Kevin Brown, the junior from Wesleyan University, getting loose in the pen for Sanford.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top half of the 6th inning. 4-0 lead for the Nighthawks, and a wave and a miss. Strike 3. Young does his job here at good old ballpark. First pitch from Merlam is swinging a foul back to the screen, 0-1.
I'm waiting for De La Rosa to get a hold of one here because he's got some pop in the bat. Showed it to us his first time up. Pulled a couple of very deep foul balls into left field. That would have been home run distance had he straightened him out. So this is a guy who's got a lot of power, and we could see him hit quite a few balls over the fence here at Goodall Park this year.
0-1 pitch. Strike 2 right on the outside corner. Good breaking ball from Merlam. And as you mentioned, De La Rosa, that first one he hit was way up into the trees, just foul in the first inning. And a big blow to the Upper Valley Nighthawks and Mateo Wells, but it was just foul. The 0-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball, foul left side.
Part of a UMaine squad, a couple of Black Bears on this Sanford Mainers team, and also a Duke Blue Devil, and Maine notched its first ever win over Duke this past season, grabbing one of a 3-game set against the Blue Devils. So great mark for that program.
The 0-2 pitch outside for a ball, 1-2. Job by Boardman to keep that ball in front of him, just a spiked fastball.
And even watching batting practice in Sanford's first practice back on Monday, the pop in the bat from De La Rosa is just different. It sounds different coming off of his bat.
1-2, high chopper over to short, picked up by Dickinson. Jump throw over to first. Greco able to pick it out of the dirt for out number 1. Great defense as well being shown by the Nighthawks tonight. It'll limit the Mainers.
Yeah, it's been clean really everywhere you look for this Nighthawks squad. Has a nice play on the chopper to short there by Dickinson.
Absolutely. And going back to your point, too, watching batting practice, getting your first taste here in any CBL competition, some guys just have that unique sound off the bat, something that I'm used to hearing as well. Just it sounds different when you hear a wood bat and a pure sound. First pitch from Carpenter is grounded over to short, picked up by Dickinson. He'll fire on to first in time for out number 2.
From the Mainers, left fielder, number 27, Nader Wachter.
Nader Wachter steps in with the bases empty after 2 groundouts to short. Merlam doing a great job so far out of the bullpen. Needed 1 pitch to get out of the jam. Back in the 5th inning, the first pitch he throws to Wachter is a breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Wachter so far in this game 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The 0-1. Going to foul out of play right side. Well, he finds himself in a 2-strike count again. Merlam out of the stretch. Sets at the belt, kicks and fires his 0-2 pitch. Just outside, good breaking ball, 1-2 the count. The 1-2 from Merlam. Upstairs for a ball, 2-2, and we're evened up.
Just got to continue to battle here if you're Wachter. Sanford might have to resort to a 2-out rally here. They have not been great at getting the leadoff guys on tonight.
The 2-2 home. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And relent going back to that span. So if the Nighthawks are wanting to add to their lead, they're going to have to get to Kevin Brown. But a great job from Young right there.
The lefty pours in strike 1. Nick Quagliato, the leadoff hitter for Upper Valley stands in. Grounded out to shortstop his last time at the plate. And with it being a new season, that means there are often going to be some rule changes. And this year, a big one has to do with the postseason. So this year, 8 teams make the postseason, as were the years before. But this time, the 2 division champions are guaranteed the top 2 seeds based on win percentage. And then the remaining 6 teams will qualify based purely on win percentage, regardless of division. The qualifying teams will be ranked 1 through 8. The first place team in each division will be designated seeds 1 and 2. And the seeds after that are determined just in order of win percentage, the remaining 6 teams in the postseason. So really rewarding just winning games regardless of the division that you're in. As this ball is chopped to second, a slow roller is gobbled up by Herring, and he throws to first for out number 1.
Quagliato hustling down the line. Really tried to make that a close play, and it was, based on what the result was, a slow chopper into the infield, but able to get him retired for the first down in the top of the 7th.
Sun is setting here at Goodall Park. On a beautiful night for the season opener. Alex Kelsey stands in. An infield single his last time up. Takes the ball upstairs. Kevin Brown, a 3.48 ERA across 10 innings at Wesleyan this past spring. Started 5 games across 2 seasons there. And now we'll head into his junior year this coming fall.
Not as big of a workload compared to last year's 2025, where he pitched 28 innings, compared to 2026, where he only had 10. But 10 quality innings nonetheless.
Ball outside. Hitters count now on Alex Kelsey. Upper Valley trying to hold on and start this season with an exclamation point after falling to eventual NECBL champion Keene in the North Division semifinals last year. And they've got another base runner. Alex Kelsey walks down to first base after a 5-pitch walk dealt by Kevin Brown.
Brown trying to go down and outside, and Kelsey not chasing on this exchange, able to work his walk and reaches base for the third time this evening.
1 out and 1 on for James Love. Love struck out swinging his last time at the plate. One for 3 with that triple back in the 3rd inning, in which he would eventually score on. Big cut and a miss. For 4-0 Upper Valley Nighthawks up on the Sanford Mainers here in the top of the 7th inning on ESPN+. 1 out, 1 on. The deal from the southpaw. This is cracked into right center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So Upper Valley keeps the line moving. It's a single for James Love, his 2nd hit of the evening. And that brings up Jake Bell now with a man in scoring position for Upper Valley.
Able to take that offering and just poke it into right center field. Splits the outfielders and able to advance Kelsey to second. So Upper Valley cooking here in the top half of the 7th inning. 1 away, 2 on, runner in scoring position for Jake Bell.
Bell, another strikeout victim his last time up. Upper Valley really took it to Josh Kopetsky early on in this game, as Kopetsky gave up 4 earned runs. And then Sam Young pitched the middle 3 innings of this game and was much steadier for Sanford. 3 scoreless innings. Kevin Brown trying to do what Young did and shut down the Upper Valley offense, but he's in a bit of a jam here with 2 men on and 1 out.
And James Love's hit was the first Nighthawks hit since the 4th inning. Kelsey's infield single.
Bell chops that one towards third. That drifts foul. Just out of the reach of Brian Conley out down there at the Hawk corner.
Going back to the first hit in this inning, it's got to show how dominant Sam Young was on the mound, able to shut down this Upper Valley offense. Kevin Brown looking to do the same thing here, keep his team in the ball game.
The 1-2 delivery. Outside, count evens up. Two men on and 1 out. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not, says the first base umpire. And so Bell stays alive. It's 3-2.
A great pitch from Brown. Almost got what he wanted there, but Bell able to just hold up on the swing, but a very good executed pitch from Brown.
Big pitch here. Runners take off. This one is lifted into right field. Perez is under it. He'll make the catch. And the runners retreat back to their respective bases. 2 down here as Jake Bell is retired, and that'll bring up Levi Jones, the last hope for Upper Valley, in the 7th.
I want to point out, too, Kelsey took off on contact there. Then he had to check up and get back to the bag, so probably costed him a chance to actually tag up and go to third on the play. So Mainers caught a break there by a miscue by Kelsey.
Strike one right down the pipe. Levi Jones, another strikeout victim, his first time up. His last time up, rather. The 0-1 pitch from Brown, trying to get out of a little bit of a jam here. Allowed out number 2 for Upper Valley. Trying to at least give this Mainers squad a chance at the plate and not allow this Nighthawk lead to grow any further. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. Brown checks over his shoulder and delivers. And that's just outside, a good eye from Levi Jones.
And what a take by Levi Jones. That fastball was right there. Caught a break. Able to see another pitch here.
Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Brown freezes Levi Jones and gets out of a jam. Upper Valley leaves 2 on the bench. Since then, it's been quiet for the Mainers offense.
And you have to applaud Mateo Wells again. He did not get through 5, but he had a great night on the mound. Had so many strikeouts, had a big strikeout streak. Going from the 4th into the 5th inning. Did a great job on the mound. Got through 4 2/3 innings pitched. And the bullpen has just been as good with Carl Relam out there on the mound.
Perez with a soft blooper to third base, and that's a quick out number 1 as James Love makes the put out.
Do have action in Sanford's bullpen. You did have action in Upper Valley's bullpen, but whoever was up just sat down.
Colbin still searching for his first hit of this NECBL season. He was an all-star last year, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks tonight against Upper Valley. Relam deals, and that's in there for a strike.
Relam's been impressive tonight to watch as well. Coming off of a struggling spring season, as you mentioned, Cole, a journeyman, but so far so good out of the bullpen in his Upper Valley Nighthawks debut.
That's outside for a ball. Colbin, one of 3 catchers on the roster. May see a little bit more time early on since he was the first here of the 3 catchers. Got to catch that initial bullpen session in the first practice on Monday. And so as a result, building some camaraderie with the pitchers. And he gets the start here on opening night. That ball well outside. Hitters count on Colbin 3-1. The Cumberland, Maine native made 21 appearances for Sanford last year, started in 20 of those games. So lots of experience in Nick Lopes' system. One retired here in the bottom of the 7th. Hitters count to the catcher, Colbin. And that hits the top part of the zone for strike 2. Full count. Relam from the stretch, winds and fires, and that's in there for strike 3. It catches the outside part of the plate, and Colbin has struck out for the 3rd time today, and Ray Lamb cruising here so far in the 7th.
That's just a great 2-strike fastball over the outside part of the plate. Good 2-seam action on it, brought it back over the outside corner. Great sequencing from the Upper Valley battery to get Colbin on strikes for the 3rd time.
Another Rhodey Ram and Brian Conley who stands in. Trying to give Sanford some sort of life. The number 8 hitter, Jake Herring, is in the on-deck circle if Conley can extend the lead. After that, it would be back to the top of the order in Nick Zampirion. Fouled back towards the netting by us. Sanford looking to just break the ice. Even if they're unable to win this game, just trying to put up a run on the board, something to feel good about heading into Saturday's contest against North Shore, as the offense has been silenced tonight by Mateo Wells and now Carl Relam for Upper Valley.
If you're Upper Valley, you have to like what you're seeing as we...
That one is blooped into left center field, and that's down for a hit. So a 2-out knock for Brian Conley, his first hit of the season, and Sanford has a base runner as Jake Herring, the number 9 hitter, will come to the plate.
The announcer Jinx strikes again. Cole right there talking about how good the Upper Valley Nighthawks pitching has been, and straight away as I was trying to finish my thought, Conley plops one into left field to have a 2-out base runner. But like I was saying, is you have to like what you're seeing from the Nighthawks as well, heading to Newport tomorrow. Gain some confidence going to Newport, Rhode Island for game number 2 of the season.
Long trip on just one day of rest, but that's how it goes here in the NECBL. And going from one beautiful ballpark to another in Cardines Field down in Newport, Rhode Island. Goodall and Cardines, 2 of the cream of the crop when it comes to the NECBL.
What a way to start the season.
Absolutely. Crack towards third base. Love handles it, fires across the diamond, and the pick is made by Greco to retire the side. Sanford gets a 2-out hit, but that's all she wrote. And
Nadell comes in after a shaky spring season, but managed to have a record of 2-2 in 11 appearances, 14 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 17 earned runs. Gave up 4 long balls on the season, but comes out of the bullpen here, trailing 4-0. You'd have to like to see if he could just finish the game for the Mainers, and hopefully they can get back in this ball game and make it interesting.
the lefty shortstop Tim Dickinson stands in. Lined out to shortstop his last time up on a weak blooper over to the hot corner. So our first look at Jasper Nadell. Where's the number 10? The righty out of George Washington University just finished up his sophomore campaign. As you detailed the numbers for him, Dickinson shows bunt, then pulls it back. Nadell was a star in high school, led the Salisbury School in Connecticut to 3 New England championships and 2 Northeast World Series. Spent most of his life growing up in California until moving to Connecticut. Now he finds himself in southern Maine for the summer. He's off to a good start. 2 quick strikes against Dickinson. Working from the windup. The 0-2 pitch is outside. Tried to get Dickinson to chase, but to no avail. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 batter faced and 1 strikeout for Jasper Nadell. Off to a nice start here in the 8th.
That was a great breaking ball on 2 strikes. A nice big loopy curveball, but what was important is the spin on that pitch. The velocity kind of caught Dickinson napping there, and the spin blew his mind away as you could see that his face expression says it all. And if you're a pitcher able to get that facial expression from a hitter, you're doing your job on the mound.
Ball 1 inside to the grizzled veteran Cameron Boardman, who spent last year with Upper Valley and currently in the transfer portal going into his graduate season. He lays down a bunt. Charging on it is Colbin, and he's just going to eat it. No throw needed, as that was a perfectly executed bunt down the third base line by Boardman. And Upper Valley has a base runner with 1 gone here in the 8th.
That's something that manager Chase Allen hit on in practice this week with Upper Valley, was trying to make sure they're hitting bunts down. And Boardman, I mean, yes, he may be a catcher, but he gets down the line, uses his quickness, and especially being a left-handed hitter, able to have that head start down the line, able to work out to his advantage here.
So Nadell now working out of the stretch. Pours in a strike. Cole Hewitt, the batter, had that triple back in the 2nd inning and walked his last time up in the 6th. Very open stance from the lefty. Rips that one to the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes as Nadell comes set. That one runs inside.
Not a bad pitch with 2 strikes, just trying to get the lefty Hewitt to swing over the top of that changeup going on the inside corner, but Hewitt able to recognize it and see another pitch.
Nadell, typically a guy who's going to work out of the pen, as that ball is fouled off. His 19 appearances with James Madison, or with George Washington rather, this past season were all out of the bullpen. The 1-2 from Nadell. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And down goes Cole Hewitt. The lefty is retired. And now to the bottom part of the Upper Valley order as Anthony Greco stands in.
Something just impressive with Hewitt and his ability to use his hands. He actually got to that pitch, fouled it into the mitt for strike 3, but that pitch was well outside and somehow got enough wood on it to foul it into the mitt. Sometimes you can do impressive things even though you are going down swinging in baseball, but that's just something that shows that how talented these athletes are when they come to the NECBL.
Greco, the incoming senior out of William and Mary, lifts this one into right field. Wachter is underneath it and trots in for the routine pop-out. And that's all she wrote in the 8th inning as Upper Valley, the individuals on the mound for the Nighthawks.
And more on Hemish. He, in his college career, is a .543 career ERA, 5-2 in 37 total appearances for the Golden Gophers. In 2026, it was his worst season stat-wise, but years before he posted a 3.86 ERA back in 2025, and in 2024, in just 4 appearances, he posted a 2.84 ERA.
"19 innings pitched this past season with Minnesota. So from the Big Ten to the NECBL for Tyler Hemish.
One of the many returners on this Nighthawks squad. Last season for the Nighthawks, posted a .540 ERA and 16 2/3 inning pitch, had a 10.8 K per 9 percentage.
Nick Zampiron walked his last time up and was stranded at second base after the ensuing single by Brendan Stobley. So the last time Sanford had offensive production, it was from the top of the order. And now they're back to that spot again. Chop towards short. Dickinson collects and whips across the diamond for out number 1. Good crisp work tonight defensively by Upper Valley. No errors for the Nighthawks. Stobley, as I just mentioned, had that single his last time up, and now he stands in, trying to add to it. 2 for 3 on the day. One of the lone bright spots for this Mainers lineup. Junior out of Plainville, Connecticut, transferred to Southern Connecticut University after spending his first couple of years at Franklin Pierce, and he is drilled. Wears that one in the shoulder, and Sanford will have a base runner, which with the way things are going for the Mainers tonight, you'll take it no matter how you can get it. And Stobley is on for the 3rd time in this opening game.
As you mentioned, you'll take it any way you can. This is just a breaking ball that gets away from Hemish. It's Stobley right in the shoulder, the second hit by pitch of the game for the Sanford Mainers, and they'll take it, and Albert De La Rosa is going to step in. 3-hole hitter with a lot of pop from the right side.
And that one hits him. So Hemish is losing a bit of control here as he has now hit 2 batters in a row. And that's going to result in a mound visit from Cameron Boardman.
Yeah, these are just sliders that are just popping out of the hand way too early, and they're coming back and just hitting these Sanford Mainers right in the back. And it's unfortunate, but it's working out for the Mainers. You're going to take free bases any way you can, and free bases just kill opponents in baseball no matter what level you're at. And that's something that a lot of coaches like to preach is don't give away free bases, meaning errors, walks, hit by pitches, you name it.
Nader Wachter, the Yukon Husky, stands in, and a golden opportunity for Sanford to notch its first run of the game and the season. Down 4-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Big cut and a miss. Another correction, this is Troy Carpenter at the plate. My apologies. The designated hitter tonight. The main Black Bear with a check swing, and it looks like he did go around. So 0-2 the count on Carpenter. Hit by a pitch his first time up. Popped out to first base second time up and then grounded to short. Dickinson has been busy at short tonight. The 0-2 pitch is in there for strike 3. And safe at third base on the steal attempt is Brennan Stobley. So Sanford advances both runners as De La Rosa is down to second as Carpenter strikes out.
Stobley almost came right off the bag there on that stolen base attempt, and if Love was ready to go on that, he might have been able to actually get him out on the play there, but field umpire said he was safe at third, and the Mainers executed a double steal. Something you don't see very often, especially in modern-day baseball nowadays.
Definitely not. 2 outs, pressure spot for Wachter. And there's a pass ball. Coming in to score is Brennan Stobley, and the Mainers are finally on the board via a wild pitch from Upper Valley. So that run generated more by the Nighthawks kind of shooting themselves in the foot. But if you're Sanford, like we've mentioned earlier, you'll take it any way you can get it. And it's now 4-1 and an opportunity for more as De La Rosa is just 90 feet away.
Especially, too, the good old ballpark faithful getting loud here in Sanford, Maine.
Never want to shut out on opening night. That's just not a great way to start things off as there's a big cut and a miss from Wachter. Got to have at least something to feel good about going into game 2, even if you're not able to pick up the W.
Especially so going into an off day and wanting something to celebrate about. But, hey, Wachter has an opportunity to make this a one-run ball game.
Lifts this one into foul ground on the infield. Greco says, "I've got it," and he does. Makes the catch for at least some sort of a chance going in to the bottom of the ninth. Cole Purvis alongside CJ Boone. So glad you could join us here on ESPN Plus for this first game of the summer baseball season. We've had great weather for it here, and we always appreciate all the viewers watching from home. So TJ Curley spent the last 2 seasons at Stonehill after starting at Mount St. Mary's. Only made 4 appearances this spring, and now trying to make this a summer to remember, and he's got an opportunity to start things off right here in the 9th inning.
This is his 17th appearance in the NECBL. Holds a 2-1 record with a 5.16 ERA and just 29 2/3 innings pitched. Has 31 strikeouts to his total. Opponents just hit .219 against him.
The DH, Nick Quagliato, leads off. The man, as you mentioned earlier, they call Sarge because of his very vocal nature, and he takes strike 1. Fouls that one to the back screen. Quickly 0-2 on Quagliato.
Quagliato's a great story. He didn't get to play last year due to injury, but he's back, ready for more for the Upper Valley.
Swing and a miss on the heater upstairs, and Curley's off to a nice start. Gets a K to start things off, and Quagliato is retired here in the top of the 9th. Got to be special for a guy like TJ Curley to be pitching in your hometown, because most towns don't have a summer baseball team like this, especially with the prowess of the Sanford Mainers in a league like the NECBL, as that one is grounded to Stobley at first base. He'll clean that up for a quick out number 2. So a real luxury for TJ Curley to be able to stay home in the summer and have a short ride to the ballpark every day and get to pitch for your hometown team and wear the yellow and green.
It's a big confidence boost and just great for the mental mind as well, knowing that you don't have the stress of going somewhere new, having to learn something that's completely out of your nature. You'll just stay home, wear that proud Mainers logo on the hat, get to play in the spot for the 2026 NECBL All-Star Game every day.
Pours in a strike. A ball and a strike to James Love. Popped out to right field his last time up. Curley deals. That one is ripped into left field, or almost a dive and grab over there by Conley, but it pops in and out of his glove. Nearly a diving effort by the Brunswick native, but couldn't hang on, and it's a 2-out hit for Upper Valley.
And you have to applaud the effort. I mean, the amount of range he had right there to dive. I mean, because Cole, both of us thought that was going into left field, a little broken pat single, but able to dive and get a glove on it. Looked like Superman out there at third, and
so in steps Jake Bell in the cleanup spot tonight. Of course, the lineups in summer ball are to be tinkered with as the season goes along, as the coaches, frankly, don't know these players that well at this point in the year, as this one lifted into left center field, and making the catch out there is Wachter to retire the side. So 7 scoreless, and it'll be Brooks Perez to lead things off for Sanford in this inning. Him, Ryan Colbin, and Brian Conley, the 3 due up in the bottom of the ninth. That's the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Sanford. And Tyler Hemish is back on the mound to try to close this thing out and record the save in game number 1. Did not have a save this year in his college season at Minnesota, but trying to record one here to start off the summer.
This will be his first career NECBL save as well. Did not have one in 2025 as well in his 6 appearances.
Perez just finished up his freshman season at Duke. Lefty stands in and takes one outside. Inside for ball 2. Perez from Texas, which is, of course, a very strong athletic state. Hit .218 at Duke this spring, 12 RBIs and 2 home runs. Also had Division I offers to play football as well. So a great dual sport athlete, but chose to stay on the diamond. It's paid off for him after a solid first year at Duke, in which he was one of the staples of the Blue Devils lineup. That one runs outside, and a 4-pitch walk dealt to Brooks Perez, so don't look now, but a good start for the Mainers here in the bottom of the ninth.
First time tonight that the leadoff man has reached for the Mainers, and it comes in an opportune time here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. Go big or go home if you're Sanford.
Ryan Colbin, the catcher, has struck out all 3 times at the plate so far tonight. Upcoming schedule for Sanford, they've got North Shore right here at Goodall Park on Saturday. That's a 6:30 p.m. first pitch. After that, the Mainers will hit the road for the first time, traveling to Joe Wolf Field and the North Adams Steeplecats. That's Sunday, a 4 o'clock first pitch. So the Mainers will get a taste of the road for the first time after opening up at home for the first time in a couple of years. 1-1 pitch to Colbin. That's right in there for a strike. '25th anniversary season for the Sanford Mainers. Began play back in 2002 and have called beautiful Goodall Park home all the way since then. Won championships in 2004 and 2008. Made the championship series as recently as 2024, just 2 years ago, falling in a decisive Game 3 to the Newport Gulls, as Colbin is down on strikes as he swings and misses on a pitch just on the outside part of the plate, and one gone here in the bottom of the ninth.
Third baseman, number 0, Brian Conley.
A day Ryan Colbin is probably going to want to forget about, as he has struck out swinging 4 different times today. Brian Conley stands in. He struck out once. Also singled and grounded out to first base.
Trying to just jumpstart something here in the ninth inning after the leadoff walk. Let's go station to station, try to work Hemish any way you can.
Pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 1-1 the count. Brooks Perez on first base. Last-ditch effort for Sanford to try to storm a comeback here and win this opening game of the NECBL season. Upper Valley trying to slam the door and put the finishing touches on what's been a quality game one. That's popped into foul ground, and it's off the glove of Anthony Greco. He's made that play several times tonight, drifting into foul territory, but this time just lost concentration and couldn't hang on to the baseball. And a little bit of a gift for Sanford.
Yeah, new life for Connolly there at the plate. But yeah, as you mentioned, Greco has made this play. I mean, and this one's more of the routine ones, not able to bring it in this time. We've had sliding attempts out by the Upper Valley bullpen from Greco and able to make the catch, but this time around did not work out in his favor.
The 1-2 pitch. Ripped into left center field. Tracking back is Hewitt, and he makes the grab. And Perez will jog back into first. So for a second, it looked like that miscue by Greco might have been costly as he got a piece of that one. But Hewitt drifts back and makes the catch for out number two, and Sanford down to its last life.
Hemish definitely did get away with that one there. A hanging breaking ball that just did not go anywhere off of Connolly's bat and ends up being the second out here in the bottom half of the ninth inning.
Jake Herring stands in. Walked his last time at the plate. Grounded out to second the time before that.
Tried to catch Upper Valley napping. Showed bunt, able to pull it back, but still took strike one. But James Love instantly crashed in. Now he's playing a little further in on third base side.
Runner takes off. That one is ripped right through the hole where the shortstop was. Perez on his way to third. Rounding first is Herring, and Sanford has life. It's runners at the corners with 2 outs in the ninth.
Perfectly executed hit and run right there. Herring just able just to plop that right where Dickinson was playing, and Dickinson instantly, as soon as he heard the crack of the bat and saw where the ball was, he just looks up in the air because that could have just ended things right there if runner was not going. So great hit and run by the Mainers right there to send Perez.
Just how they drew it up. And now the tying run is at the plate in the form of Nick Zampiron. Grounded to short his last time at the plate. The man who's wearing number 1 for the Mainers this season, product of Port Jefferson Station, New York. Ball 1 on Zampiron. Named to the All-CAA second team this year, one of 4 Stony Brook players in the NECBL this summer. So he'll face off against his collegiate teammates at different points throughout the year. A ball and no strikes on Zampiron, trying to keep this game alive. Runners at the corners with 2 out, and time is called as Chase Allen will jog out to the mound to have a word with his pitcher. Hemish trying to pick up the save in game number 1, but Sanford is making it interesting, bringing the tying run to the plate. That's all you can really ask for the Mainers, giving yourself a chance here in the bottom of the ninth.
For the first time in this game, tying run at the plate. It's a big situation right here. Chase Allen just trying to come out, just talk to Hemish, see what he can do to calm Hemish down, assess the situation, and just say, hey, focus on this guy, try to get the batter out. If you're Sanford, you are just ready for the first thing that you get over the plate. Try to take a swing at it, try to chip away, and, hey, a big blast, and this is a brand-new ball game. That
one's high for ball 2. Zampiron hit .363 this year at Stony Brook, which led the team, drove in 25 RBIs. So he was very productive with the bat during his collegiate season, and now trying to put some more runs on the board here for the Sanford Mainers in crunch time, bottom of the ninth. Takes a strike. Count at 2-1. Glad you could join us here on ESPN Plus, opening night of the NECBL season. Upper Valley and Sanford doing battle from Goodall Park. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike two.
Good breaking ball, able to tunnel right off of that fastball is Hemish.
Two balls, two strikes, two outs, two men on base. Hemish deals. That's outside, and a nice stop by the catcher Cameron Boardman to not allow the pass ball. Count goes full. Tying run at the plate, a little bit of drama here in the bottom of the ninth. It's been a stale night offensively for the most part for Sanford, but they can erase all of that here with a two-out rally. Crowd trying to will this team. Hemish comes set from the stretch. The 3-2 pitch. Ripped into center field, and that's a base hit. It'll bring home a run. Chugging into third base and sliding in safely. And Sanford has made it a 4-2 ball game. Zampiron comes up big to keep this thing alive.
Just a good piece of hitting right there. 3-2 count, got a pitch, got enough wood on it. Able to just softly place that right in front of the station we're having now, but out comes Chase Allen.
So now the winning run is at the plate. Tying run at first base. Good piece of hitting in a big pressure spot. That's what you want to see from your guys early on if you're Coach Nick Lops.
But all but four have been out of the bullpen. So he's no stranger to this situation. Now all he's got to do is just get one out. Try to spoil the party here on opening night against the Sanford Mainers.
Staubly rests the bat on his shoulder. First pitch from Wells. Runner takes off. It's chopped foul. Zampiron will be forced to retreat. Staubly scored back in the 8th inning, which at the time was the lone Sanford Mainers run until Sanford tacked on another here in the 9th. Wells steps off the mound. Runner takes off again. That's high for a ball. 1-1 the count as Zampiron takes second base, so two men on. And the tying run in scoring position for Sanford. Opening day drama. It looked like Upper Valley was going to cruise to a win, but Sanford making it real interesting as Staubly fouls that to the back screen. It's 1-2.
Feel the pressure building here in good old ballpark.
Crowd once again trying to cheer on the team in yellow. Wells deals. That one is ripped into left field. It's a base hit. Rounding third is Zampiron coming in to score, and he is safe. And Sanford has tied it at 4. A 3-run comeback in the bottom of the 9th. And the Mainers with some opening day theatrics. It's 4-4 at Goodall Park.
What a moment for Brennan Staubly, able to take that two-strike breaking ball, lift it into left field, and a close play at the plate. But Zampiron able to get underneath Boardman's tag, and we have a brand new ball game here at Goodall Park in Sanford, Maine.
Winning run on first base, Albert De La Rosa stepping in. Sanford not satisfied with just tying it. Now an opportunity to potentially win it. That runs inside and nearly hits De La Rosa. The UMaine shortstop grounded out to shortstop his last time at the plate.
an unbelievable turn of events in the last 2 innings for these Sanford Mainers. A whole new ball club, just like a flip of a switch.
So will we get extra innings or will we get a walk-off here from opening night? Either way, couldn't ask for much more drama than this. A ball and 2 strikes to Albert De La Rosa. Outside for ball 2. Sanford trailed 4-0 after 7 innings. Put 1 run on the board in the 8th, and now a 3 spot in the 9th as that one is cranked foul. And for about the 3rd or 4th time tonight, he's hit a very loud foul ball out to left field. One of these times, he's got to straighten one out and hit one deep here.
De La Rosa's just asking for an extra base hit to fall. That one, if he straightened it out, it's down the left field line, and there is a chance the Mainers were walk-off heroes right there.
Got some serious pull power. Wells deals. Ripped into the gap in left center field. That's going to drop. Heading back into second, and he is out. And the inning is over. Careless base running from Brendan Stabley as he tried to retreat to second base, and Upper Valley caught him.
Kapika looks at Bell at second. The first pitch, swinging a foul chopper right side. And pinch hitting for Levi Jones is number 6, Alejandro Puig. Westbury native out of Dartmouth College. From Pembroke Pines Charter High School. For Dartmouth, he hit .248 in 2026. Right-on-right matchup. The 0-1 pitch. Outside corner for a strike, 0-2.
From Pembroke Pines, Florida, and Dartmouth College, number 6, Alejandro Puig.
So Chase Allen going to his bench. Here to start action here in the top of the 10th. Bell ready to run. The 0-2 home. Outside and downstairs for a ball, 1-2.
You know, psychologically with the runner on second, you kind of don't mind if he scores because really 2 runs is likely what's going to win it here. And if, you know, the 1 run scores and Sanford gets up in its half of the 10th and they can't get that runner in, then so be it. But most of the time it's going to be the team that scores 2 runs that ends up winning.
Absolutely. The 1-2 pitch. Wave and a miss. Strike 3. Kapika gets Puig on strikes for the first out here in the top half of the 10th inning.
2 swings in that at bat on inside pitches right in along the wrists there from Puig. And Kapika off to a nice start here, holding that runner at bay on second base as well, which is obviously very important.
Kapika, his NCAA season this year, went 2-3 in 22 appearances with a .531 ERA. Off to a good start in his NECBL career so far. First pitch to Dickinson is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Dickinson in this game so far, 1 for 4 with an RBI double back in the 3rd inning of this ball game. Which, for how fortunes have changed here, it feels like it was a long time ago. The 0-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive foul out of play. Left side.
These NECBL seasons are pretty long and grueling, 44 games into just 2 months. And for Upper Valley, Sanford has the day off tomorrow, but for Upper Valley, having to then travel to Newport, this is going to be an early test early on, having to play extra innings in Game 1 and then having to make that long trip tomorrow.
But nobody wants to start their year 0-1. The 1-0-2 pitch is outside for a ball, 1-2. Yeah, as you mentioned, Newport tomorrow. And then there's an off day on Friday for these Upper Valley Nighthawks, and then they welcome Valley on Sunday for their home opener. That's another off day on that Monday, and right back on the road going down to Keene. The 1-2 pitch. Wave and a miss, strike 3, and Kapika with back-to-back strikeouts to begin action here in the top half of the 10th inning against the Nighthawks. So far, so good. for the Sanford Mainers right-handed pitcher.
Kapika's hitting his spots, not afraid to hit that inside corner. And Upper Valley has been swinging at these so far.
Yeah, he has not been afraid to go out, in, up, and down. Able to get calls and get a lot of swings and misses so far. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin action. And in steps Cam Boardman. He swings and lines one to the inner left. This ball is down. Coming around third is Bell. The throw to the plate is well in time to get Bell. And the Sanford Mainers keep this game tied. Comes out, and he does a great job out of the bullpen. Then we get to Hemish, and you see the cracks forming with Hemish. And then now with Wells in the bottom of the 10th inning, you have to see what Sanford can do against him.
This one is ripped into left field, but it drifts foul. Troy Carpenter at the plate. Struck out looking his last time up. Pulls that one foul on the first pitch of his at-bat. Beautiful early summer night here at Goodall Park, and the fans have been treated to some extra baseball. As a reminder, if this game is tied after 11 innings, it will end in a tie. Wells deals. That one rings inside right by the left shoulder of Carpenter. It'd be a pretty bizarre start to the season with a tie. An 0-0-1 record, if that were to happen.
Something that obviously doesn't really happen in regular baseball, but here in the NECBL,
strike poured in, 1-2.
It is a big rule just to make sure that we're not going into 22 innings with long bus rides, which for Upper Valley, a trip to Newport is on the horizon tomorrow.
Micah Wells deals the 1-2. Ripped over the shortstop's head into left field. Rounding third and coming home to score. And the throw is not in time. What a way to start the season. A 4-run comeback, and the Sanford Mainers have walked it off.
What a job by Sanford to never give up, and that's what you want to talk about. It's not over until it's over. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sanford Mainers made an impressive comeback.